Hey everyone, I've got Mr. Mouse again today. Say hello, Mr. Mouse. He is ready to read a story with us today. We have been reading all of his favorite books. Remember, he's been the character in 2 of them. What were those books called? What were the titles of those books where Mouse was the character? Do you remember the first one we read? Okay, think about it. I've got it right here. Let's see if I show you the front cover if you remember. What was this book? If you give a mouse a what? Cookie. Remember that book? Yep. And then we read the next book that had Mouse as a character. Do you remember what it was called? Do you remember Mouse? He remembers, do you? What is it called? If you give a mouse a brownie. Do you remember that book? All right. And then yesterday, Mouse wasn't the character in the book, but it was one of his friends. Do you remember what we read yesterday? Who was the character in that book? The cat, right? Remember that? And his book was, if you give a cat a what? What's he eating? Cupcake. That's right. Remember what he wanted on his cupcake? Sprinkles. Remember that? So today I have another book for us. And it's about another one of Mouse's friends. It's not about cats. I'm going to show you the front cover. And then I want you to see if you can tell me who the character is. Who is that, Mouse? That's right. It's a dog, isn't it? And what is he eating? Can you tell? He's eating a donut, isn't he? Yep. So this book is called If You Give a Dog a Donut. So let's find out what's going to happen if we give a dog a donut. Are you ready to listen, Mouse? Are you guys ready to listen? Okay, Mouse is going to sit over here and be a good listener. And it's our turn to read. Here's our title, If You Give a Dog a Donut. What's going to happen if you give a dog a donut? Let's find out. Here's our title page. If You Give a Dog a Donut. And the author is Laura Numeroff. It's the same author that's been writing all of our books this week. She's written this book and the Cat a Cupcake book and the Mouse a Brownie and Mouse a Cookie book. She wrote all of those books, remember? And it's also the same illustrator, Felicia Bond. She's the person that's drawn all the pictures in all of our stories this week. So here we go. Let's find out what happens. Let's see. I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit so you can see the book. There we go. Is that better? If you give a dog a donut, you see him giving him a donut right there? He's got a donut for himself and he's giving a dog a donut. He'll ask you for some apple juice to go with it. When you give him the juice, he will drink it all up. Oops, hold on, page stuck together. Then he will ask for more. There won't be any left, so he'll want to make some juice of his own. So he will go outside to pick some apples. Remember learning about that in the fall when we learned about apples? That we learned you could make apple juice. So that's what Dog's going to do. Look at him. Look, he's found an apple tree. When he's up in the tree, he will toss you one. Throwing the apple will make him think of baseball. So he will want to play. Do any of you play baseball? Play t-ball or softball? No, that's what Dog's thinking of. He's wanting to play a baseball game. So you'll have to get a ball. So there he is. And a glove. You have to have a glove on your hand to catch the ball when you play baseball. And of course, he will need a bat. Because in baseball, the ball gets pitched to you and you have to swing the bat and hit the ball. So he's looking for his baseball bat. He's found one, hasn't he? Then he will ask you to pitch. Then he will hit a home run. That means he gets to run around all the bases all the way home and score a run for his team. Then he will do a happy dance to celebrate. Look at him. Do you do a happy dance when you do something fun? But dancing will make him hot and dusty, so he will need some water. He'll probably start a water fight. You'll have to dry him off with your bandana. Do you know what a bandana is? A bandana. You can wear it around your neck, or some people wear a bandana around their head. He took his bandana and he's drying the dog off with it. He'll wrap it around his head and pretend that he's a pirate. Then he will want to go on a treasure hunt. He'll find an old kite and he will want to make one for himself. You'll have to get him some sticks, some paper, and some string. You ever flown a kite before? It's really fun to do. Maybe in the spring when the weather gets nicer, that's something that you can do outside. When the kite is finished, he'll want to fly it. It will go higher and higher until it gets tangled in the apple tree. The tree will remind him of apple juice, so he will probably ask you for some. And chances are, if he asks you for some apple juice, what's going to happen? He will want a donut to go with it. The end. How about that book? Did you like that story too? If you give a dog a donut. That was another fun book from Laura Numeroff. I liked that. That was a good book. So, okay, we're going to do what we've been doing all week with some of the words in the book, practicing our syllables. Let me get our cards here. So, remember what a syllable is? I hope you're getting a little bit better at it because you've been practicing all week with me. A syllable is, syllables are parts of a word, okay? So, we say the word out loud, and right now we're clapping it to hear how many syllables it has, how many parts are in that word, okay? So I've got some pictures from the book, and we're going to read the word and then talk about how many syllables it has. Okay, you guys ready? All right, here we go. Here's our first picture. Who was our character? Dog. So this word says dog. Say it and clap it with me. You ready? Dog. Dog. How many syllables? One. That's right. Okay. Here's our next one. Remember, he liked the apple juice, so he was trying to go up the tree and get an apple to make his own juice. So read this word for me. What does this word say? Apple. Okay, we're going to say the word apple and count the syllables. You ready? Here we go. Apple. Apple. How many syllables do you hear? Two. Apple has 2 syllables. Okay, let's do another one. Let's see. Let's get this one next. All right. He tossed the apple to his friend and it reminded him of playing this sport. What is this? Baseball. That's the word baseball. So let's see how many syllables are in the word baseball. Ready? Clap it and say it with me. Here we go. Baseball. 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 How many syllables do you hear? 2. That's right. And remember what he needed to play baseball? What is this that you need to play baseball? A bat. Okay, this word says bat. Let's see how many syllables are in the word bat. Ready? Bat. Bat. How many syllables do you hear? Just 1 in that one, right? Yep. All right, and then he got all hot from playing baseball and his friend dried him off with one of these. What is this called? Bandana. We're going to say the word bandana and see how many syllables are in this word. Okay, let's say it and clap it. Ready? Bandana. Bandana. That's a longer one. I hear 3 syllables in that word. Bandana. Okay, that word has 3 syllables. Okay, then one more. Remember, he wanted some paper and string and a stick to make a what? A kite. All right, let's say the word kite and see how many syllables it has. Ready? Kite. Kite. How many syllables did you hear? I heard 1. That's right. All right, good job practicing syllables. We're going to keep doing this next week too. It takes a little while to get a really good hang on syllables. So you can play a syllable game at home. Pick out a word and say that word and see how many syllables it has. You can do that with your name. I asked that question the other day, didn't I? How many syllables are in your name? You want to see how many syllables are in my name? Mrs. Simpson. You want to try it with me? Ready? Mrs. Simpson. Mrs. Simpson. I have 4 syllables in my name. See how easy that is to figure it out? You guys worked hard today. Thank you for doing that. I hope you liked our book. And Mr. Mouse wants to tell you bye. Everyone say bye, Mr. Mouse. He'll be here next week. So I have some more books with more of his friends that we're going to read. So you'll see Mr. Mouse again. Okay, everyone have a good day. Bye, Mouse.